Hello everyone. My name is Daiichi, and I will give you the lecture regarding the radiation and remediation activities. So, let's start today's lecture. Today's theme is, what is decontamination? Are you ready?
Mr. Daiichi, what are you going to talk about today?
Well, today I would like to talk about very basic thing, what is the decontamination, and let's think about it together again.
Okay, decontamination. I have some images about it, but I have never deeply considered that what kind of specific measures are applied to at actual sites.
Okay, so, what comes up to your mind when you hear the word decontamination, Hikari?
Well, that reminds me of a lot of workers cleaning up the houses, schools, for examples, contaminated by radioactive materials, to improve the situation in the aftermath of the accident of nuclear power plant.
That's right. That is an important example of decontamination. After the accident of Fukushima nuclear power plant, in some regions, for example, wiping up the roofs or walls of residences, removal of topsoil were conducted. They were one of the measures to remove the radioactive materials and reduce the dose rate in living environment as much as possible. In other places, such as schools, parks, farmlands, the removal of topsoil or the replacement of topsoil and soil in deeper layer was conducted. In forest area adjacent to living environment, the removal of fallen leaves and branches was conducted.
A lot of kinds of remedial actions were taken, in various kinds of places, according to the types of land use. It looks like a lot of work.
Okay, we have confirmed the importance of the removal of radioactive materials from living environment. And let's go back to the original objective of decontamination. Why is decontamination conducted?
The objective, well, let me see, in order to make the environment clean, right?
That is one of the views, but most important objective is to reduce the exposure, especially external exposure to people.
Mr. Daiichi, what is the external exposure?
I will talk about it, the types of exposure, including external exposure, in another lecture. First of all, let me elaborate the basic concept to reduce the external exposure. There are mainly three measures to reduce the external exposure: to remove, to shield, and to keep away. Let me elaborate each of them, one by one. First of all, let me elaborate to remove. On the left side of the screen, there is a radioactive material. And on the right side of the screen, there is a man who is affected by the radiation. By removing the radioactive material, the impact on the man can be eased. This is, to remove, the radioactive material. For the next, to shield. For example, this means, to set something to shield radiation, between the source and the affected man, according to the types of radiation. By doing this, the impact on the man on the right can be eased. This means, to shield. The last one is, to keep away. This means, that the man on the right side, who is affected by radiation, make himself away from the radioactive material, by keeping distance. The impact caused by radiation can be larger, if man is closer to the radioactive material. So, by keeping distance, the impact caused by radiation can be eased. So, which of these three measures are categorized as decontamination? According to the guideline published by national government, to shield is taken as example of the decontamination, as well as to remove. On the other hand, to keep away is the action for the affected man to keep distance from the source by himself. So generally speaking, it is not included as a measure of decontamination. So, let me wrap up my lecture by providing you the key points. The main objective of decontamination is to reduce the external exposure. And specific measures to achieve the objective are mainly to remove the radioactive material, and to shield, by placing something between radioactive materials and people who are exposed to radiation. Okay, today's lecture is now dismissed. See you next time. In this channel, the useful information regarding the radiation and remediation will be provided to you. If you like it, please subscribe to this channel, and do not forget to click the like button.